The movie opens with a scene featuring an individual managing a body in a particular location. Subsequently, the body undergoes mutilation and is promptly buried. The narrative then shifts to a man named Jack, who awaits a car on the side of the road. Notably, a road sign warns against giving rides on this route, and despite this mysterious directive, every passing car disregards Jack's attempts for a ride. Jack, resigned and alone, continues walking until he witnesses a dispute between a man and a woman, leading the man to abandon them on the road. Upon questioning, the woman is identified as Veronica, a native French speaker capable of fluently communicating in English. Jack, a UK resident, does not comprehend French. Jack found himself in France after being robbed by thugs while heading home. Despite losing his money, cell phone, and car, he retains his passport. In contrast, Veronica, who plans to migrate due to the lack of familial connections, reveals that her parents succumbed to a chronic illness. As night falls, they decide to spend time in the woods. While warming up, Veronica shares her recent pursuit of autograph making. The next morning, Jack awakens to find Veronica gone, discovering her bathing in a lake. After bathing together, they resume their journey on foot. Eventually, they encounter a car willing to offer a ride. However, Veronica appears unhappy and fearful of the driver, Grizzard, a local who does not speak English well. Grizzard decides to take them to his house, where Jack and Veronica meet his wife, Mary, a former resident of England. Jack accepts the invitation, and they head to Grizzard's house. Jack and Veronica are sent to separate bedrooms by Mary and Grizzard. When Jack awakens later in the evening, he discovers a box labeled Grizzard, containing photographs from Grizzard and Mary's youth, including a picture of a boy and a girl. Despite this, neither Jack nor Veronica has seen any children in the house. Jack approaches Veronica on the terrace, where she reveals that she used to have a brother who tragically died in a tractor accident during a game of hide-and-seek. Later, Jack asks Grizzard about his children, and Grizzard claims not to have any. This contradicts the photographs, leaving Jack perplexed. Nonetheless, Jack decides not to press the issue and goes to sleep after expressing his intention to leave Grizzard's house soon. Upon waking the next day, Jack takes a shower before leaving Grizzard's house. However, the atmosphere inside the house is eerily silent that morning, and Veronica is nowhere to be found. As Jack begins to overthink the situation, Grizzard suddenly appears, wielding a hammer. Grizzard explains that Veronica has left earlier to avoid disturbing Jack's sleep, mentioning that he has just finished repairing a cupboard door. Despite Grizzard's admission, Jack grows suspicious of his actions. Eventually, Jack starts to believe Grizzard after discovering a letter written by Veronica before her departure. Reading the letter upsets Jack, and as he grasps its contents, he realizes something is amiss. Veronica's autographs don't match what he has witnessed during their roadside ordeal. However, before Jack can fully comprehend the anomaly, he is abruptly attacked and loses consciousness. Upon regaining consciousness, he finds himself in a pickup truck, the same vehicle seen at the film's beginning. It becomes evident that Jack has been intentionally tied up and kidnapped by a middle-aged man named Delacroix, who seems to be a psychopath. Delacroix provides little information and feeds Jack a meal, and the threats he makes are revealed to be mere bluffs, aimed at preventing Jack from resisting. Subsequently, Delacroix unties the rope from Jack's hands and takes a photograph of him with a camera, the purpose of which remains unclear. Delacroix then returns Jack to the pickup truck, securing his mouth with duct tape. Additionally, Delacroix intends to anesthetize Jack with a prepared syringe. Fortunately, just as Delacroix is about to administer the injection, his attention is diverted to a stove emitting smoke. Seizing the opportunity, Jack hastily attempts to escape, putting distance between himself and Delacroix's sinister intentions. After walking a considerable distance, Jack manages to return to Grizzard's house. Upon arrival, he spots Mary and Grizzard preparing to leave. Without hesitation, Jack enters the house to search for Veronica. Discovering her locked in one of the rooms, Jack promptly releases her, but unexpectedly, Grizzard and Mary return to the house at that very moment. Fortunately, Jack and Veronica evade them and attempt to flee. However, their escape is noticed by Mary and Grizzard, who panic and give chase using their car. Unable to outrun Mary and Grizzard, Jack and Veronica are compelled to confront them. Refusing to surrender, Veronica takes Jack to a cabin to hide. To their surprise, the cabin turns out to be Delacroix's, and he arrives shortly after. A confrontation ensues, during which Jack threatens Delacroix with a shotgun. In a struggle, Delacroix becomes entangled in a sharp iron. Veronica, unsatisfied with Delacroix's fate, conceals Jack under a tarp and proceeds to fatally stab Delacroix in the chest. Grizzard and Mary enter the cabin, and in a conversation in French, Veronica refers to Grizzard as Dad, revealing the familial connection. Grizzard, who had earlier denied having children, is confronted with the truth. Veronica is his daughter. The revelation unfolds that Veronica is a serial killer, capable of senseless murders. She had brutally killed her younger brother after a game of hide and seek. The film's opening scene, depicting a body and the responsible person, reveals that Veronica was the culprit. Jack, overwhelmed by the situation, refuses to listen to Mary and Grizzard's explanation, even as they try to communicate that they are Veronica's parents. In her madness, Veronica beats Mary until she loses consciousness, leaving only Grizzard. Helpless and with no other choice, Grizzard surrenders as Veronica and Jack depart from the country with content smiles on their faces. Unaware of the impending danger, Jack remains oblivious to the fact that Veronica will eventually kill him too. The film's recurring theme of road signs prohibiting rides becomes significant, hinting at Veronica's actions. She had attempted to escape her parents multiple times, leading Grizzard to put up the signs to prevent her from being offered rides out of the area. Grizzard and Mary took these measures to avoid imprisoning their daughter and to prevent further deaths. Grizzard pays Delacroix, a butcher, to drug Jack and transport him to a port. The reason for not immediately informing Jack of Veronica's murderous tendencies becomes apparent. They knew Jack would trust Veronica, who portrayed herself as a victim from the beginning, weaving her stories to gain his sympathy. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through the suspenseful and atmospheric world of road games, we've explored the eerie landscapes and psychological twists that define this thriller. Thanks for joining us on this suspenseful ride through road games, a reminder that the open road can hide more than meets the eye. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon.